Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here on the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Sarah Sanchez.
And I'm Bridget Piorlo. We begin tonight with developing news in Clinton, where a man is dead after falling from a roof.
Fox 61's Matt Karen visited the home where it happened and has the newest information coming from police. Matt, what do you know?
Well, as you can see behind me, this house was actively under construction. The roof is still tarped. There are still shingles stacked up in the driveway. We're just hours before a tragedy occurred. Clinton police say they, along with the fire department, were called to this home on Fox Hill Drive at about 8:30 this morning. A 37-year-old man fell from the roof. Despite efforts to save his life, he died on scene. Clinton police say the homeowners hired a roofing company to conduct some repairs, but that the contractor they hired subcontracted the work to another company, so it wasn't immediately clear the name of the victim or the company that he worked for. Clinton police say OSHA and the Connecticut Office of the Chief Medical Examiner will be conducting their own investigations, but the police also say that at this time it does not appear to be suspicious or criminal. We did speak off camera with neighbors in this area who told us it is obviously a tragic situation. We will continue to follow the story and bring you any updates as we get them. Reporting in Clinton, Matt Karen, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Matt, thank you. Well, the suspects in a deadly hit and run in the capital city appearing in court today. Police say Clarence Cross was driving a minivan yesterday morning when he hit a Jeep SUV at the intersection of Franklin Avenue and Adelaide Street. The driver of the Jeep, Taniqua Davis, died on the scene. Now, Cross left the scene but was later arrested a short time later. Police say he was driving without a license at the time. Cross is being held on a $400,000 bond and is due back in court next month. Time now for a check on the forecast. Will we see more rain this week?
Yeah, we had a few showers out there today. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now. Hi, Rachel.
Hi. Yeah, most of this week is going to be dry and bright, which we will take and run with all the way to the bank. But first, we do have to get through a few additional showers early this evening. They are quick hitters. And then back behind it, we can look forward to some nice drier weather. I love this camera right now in the New Haven area because you can actually see some of the showers here in the distance as you're looking north. So that's pretty cool. Let's take a look at the radar and show you. If you are north of these showers, you're pretty much done for the night. You can fire up the grill. You can go for that walk. There might be an additional lighter shower, but this is kind of the main event that's coming through. And again, that is sinking into the southern half of Connecticut as we speak. So Waterbury seeing some of those showers move out, but Oxford, Naugatuck, Cheshire, you guys are just about to get rained on here. And there is a chance for some rumbles of thunder there as well. No severe weather, but certainly downpours, heavy rain, and a few rumbles of thunder. Columbia, you are about to get rained on as well. East Hampton, the same is true here for Lebanon too. So a quick downpour or storm, and then we dry things out. And we are looking at a reinforcing shot of nice, comfy conditions back behind this line. Right now, temperatures are in the 60s and 70s. Overnight lows will be in the 50s as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. We've got beautiful sun, a top 10 weather day tomorrow. We'll explain your full forecast coming up.
Looking forward to that, Rachel. Thank you. Turning now to a Fox 61 follow-up. We now know that a deadly fire in Wallingford was a murder-suicide. The medical examiner just releasing that 19-year-old Charisma Johnson and 9-month-old Kylan Vernado were killed before their home was set on fire. This happened on Geneva Avenue back in April. The baby's father, Justin Vernado, died by suicide. He had a protective order preventing him from being at the home stemming from a domestic violence charge.
The state's chief medical examiner has ruled on the death of Linda Casuto Bagazi. She said she took her own life. Now, Casuto Bagazi was found dead at her home in Burlington only hours before she was to be sentenced for killing her husband in 2017. A professor at UConn Health. Police say she hid his body for months in their basement while still collecting his paychecks. Casuto Bagazi pleaded guilty to manslaughter and larceny in March and agreed to serve a 13-year prison sentence. And an important note tonight, remember, if you or a loved one is in crisis, you can call or text the National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 988 and get connected with someone who can help.
Woodbridge animal control officers are investigating after nearly 70 animals and counting were found in bad conditions at a woman's home.
Those dogs are doing much better tonight. Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc checked up on them today, but we do want to warn you, some of the images might be disturbing.
It's a bad situation. It's not, so you don't want to see someone in this situation.
Woodbridge Animal Control Officer Jessica Maffo and her team have been nonstop since Saturday.
Yesterday when I was here, more cats appeared that I didn't see 2 days ago.
Officers making multiple stops to this Pleasant Hill Road home after the owner dropped into the shelter over the weekend, surrendering 20 dogs in bad condition.
She was upset, but she was definitely in a mental state where she needed help. I hope she gets the help that she needs so this never happens again.
Maffo says the owner faces 22 counts of animal cruelty. Officers have since recovered 3 more dogs, 7 bunnies, 1 guinea pig, and 37 cats, a number continuing to rise.
It just went downhill, and we have been complaining for years, and animal control's been very helpful. They've had chickens, it smells, there's feral cats are all over.
Betsy Francis lives down the street and says the smell of urine and feces has been plaguing the neighborhood. Francis making it a point to thank Officer Maffo for her work.
Yes, I wanted to because she's so very nice, and I really appreciate it, and I know it's heart-wrenching for her.
But Maffo isn't doing it alone, getting help from dozens of other animal control officers, shelters, veterinarians, and community members.
It takes a village. It truly does. When something like this happens, you need support from everybody. And I'm very proud to say that, everybody stepped up. She might. We're going to see. I know, my baby.
Assistant Animal Control Officer Monica Vesey and her team at East Haven Animal Control have taken 7 of the dogs. Their fur so badly matted, some of them had to be sedated to get groomed.
It was a heartbreaking scene. If you yourself are in a situation where you're overwhelmed, don't be afraid to ask for help before it gets to a point that you can't handle.
Now, the name of the woman who's been charged in this case has not been released just yet, but police say she is expected to appear in court later this month. Now, as for the animal control officers, they say their work at the home isn't done until every animal has been recovered. We are in Woodbridge. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Julia, tough one. Thank you. The Woodbridge Animal Control also looking for whoever tied a German Shepherd to the side of Route 8 over in Beacon Falls, I should say. Police say this dog was found abandoned without any food or water. Anyone with information on who left the dog should call the Woodbridge Animal Control Office. The pup not up for adoption. We're told state police are in the process of adopting him. There he is. Well, it is crunch time in the race for the White House, and new polls coming out of 3 battleground states indicate that Vice President Kamala Harris is ahead of former President Donald Trump.
This week, Harris says she'll unveil her economic plans, although Trump is calling her a copycat. Fox's Rebecca Castor reports.
Are you ready to make your voices heard?
Wrapping up a campaign blitz through battleground states, new polls reveal Kamala Harris and Tim Walz have momentum. Harris tops Trump by 4 points among likely voters in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania.
We are running this campaign on behalf of all Americans, from red states to blue states.
Some of those are cheap fakes. Some of those are manufactured enthusiasm that you're trying to watch the Democrat Party and liberal mainstream media create.
It's been 3 weeks since Harris took over the top of the Democratic ticket. Yet she hasn't unveiled much of her policy plans.
She's been building a presidential campaign from the ground up. She's had to select a running mate, and she's been running around in key places of the country, holding rallies with tens of thousands of Americans who are very excited for her candidacy. So she's been pretty busy, but there's no doubt you're going to see the type of leader she is.
Harris promised she'll lay out her economic ideas this week. And at a campaign rally on Saturday, she did pledge to eliminate taxes on tips, a promise Donald Trump made 2 months ago.
She's plagiarizing President Trump's policies because she knows they are popular. She's just saying this to get elected.
And Trump's camp is not just playing defense with Harris, but they're also dealing with hackers. The campaign announced its internal communications were hacked over the weekend and blamed Iran. Sharing in a statement, the Iranians know that President Trump will stop their reign of terror just like he did in his first 4 years in the White House. As this race heats up, former President Trump is sitting down for an interview with Elon Musk tonight, which could help his campaign steal back the spotlight. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.